since no one's showing up, I'm gonna be doing this pre-recorded maybe because I'm gonna keep everything. That works, I think. It's probably gonna be delayed. Oh hey, let's get this thing off. Yeah. Can you hear this? Like not like the tapping, but like the actual piano and my voice at the same time. Like. Actually, I'm gonna test something too that I want you to say if there's a delay and what comes first. If I press a key and I speak, is there a delay? So I'm gonna do that now. So that should have been, for my end it was the same time, but for your end, it might be delayed. So anyway, let's get started on reviewing the songs and shit. You finally press shift while pressing the record button? You can do that? No delay, so I can go like that. I can run over here. It's gonna be echoey because the mic's over there. But that's a bit low. Remember, you finally press shift while pressing the record button. I'm still gonna figure. I'll figure that out later. Let's do the. Let's put on multiple tracks. I mean, like, wait, for real? Does that work? I mean, I know you do that, but, I'm gonna do, I'll just get, like, some drum noise or something. I'll put that in there. How annoying. You can't really hear it, but, so, like, I mean, I think it's control. Well, put this in here. So you're gonna hear like double up voices, but alright. I'm gonna test this out actually. So I gotta minimize this. You guys over here. There we go. If this works, I'm gonna do a fucking backflip. Controlling it. Yeah. So you know the thing I have too, so you just helped me with this, I guess. Hopefully, let's see, wait, up here. Well, you fucking did it. You did it. You figured it out. That's great. I wish this wasn't a bloody song analysis thing. I'll get rid of this. It's probably going to be annoying for now. I'll leave this, but you just solved my fucking problem I've had for a couple streams. Let's not get off track and actually do my fucking job. I'll just look for it on YouTube, so you guys can have a proper listen. Or maybe I'll just listen to the audio files actually. You didn't say that, you bastard. Oh well, it works. Bit. No, you don't want to look at my files, but 41st album. Let's go. Start with Diamond. I think this one's gonna be the longest to break down. Now that you've helped me figure out how to do this, I did. Really? Oh, I probably forgot then. Like a dingus. Exit out before be able to... Where? Let's look for... Alright, I'm looking for the right thing. Look through the sample library. My brain is made out of cheese. Where is it? Right here. This is it. This is every single sample and preset that was used to make this here. That sound would be... I'm assuming it's a... No, not this one. That's it. That's the sound. Well, I'll put it here. So I think it would pitch down like... Yeah, I think it was like in... Yeah, that's the noise. I think you guys are getting blocked here. Let's put a filter on it. For this one, I use like presets by Critizen right here. And that was like another preset. I think most of the saws and leads and shit were definitely... Alright, that bass noise was me. I made, I think it was... This one was, it was like, it was like that, and then there was, I'm not sure if I used that one or this one. Well, I did use that. Actually, I think that's it. That's it there. What's this one? I don't remember this. Maybe... Well, I probably used it. My plan with Diamond was to use every single sample in there. I didn't use all of them, but I used enough. Oh, and they're like dum dum. Let me look for that. It's in here. Bass shots. Is this it? Yeah, that's it. Oh, back to the And let's go to the other part. The bass noise, like the regular sounding kind of bass 8080 thing, was by Buddy Sugarin. This noise here, I think it's this one. Yeah, that's it. And I rather than make it easier for myself and just put it into a sampler, I individually just copy and pasted the bass noise and like altered the pitch here and made it much harder for myself. The Fme Metallic Sound. Would it be this one? Or this one? Well, that one was metallic-y. This one, I made it out of a fucking VTuber. I made two sounds out of a VTuber, actually. And I made probably my most used one is, I'm gonna look for it. We'll get to that later because I have songs that actually use it and I'll show it when it's being used. That little, that one is Bix. I think it's a instrument. High bells maybe. There it is. And I probably changed the thing there because the scale wasn't really right by the sounds of it. Well, it is right maybe, but it just didn't sound right in the context of the song, so I freshened it up. And I tried to use as much of the drums and percussions that were provided. This is my favorite part here. That look, ooh boy, was the Tater Squad bass, and there's a like noise in there. Yeah, that's it there. Let me show you what it really is. I think he gave it to us. Yeah, this is it here. That's the noise I used. And I think what I did was I got that. Beep, boop. And it'll be like. And it'll be like. That's it, that's the noise. But it was in like a different location. But you get it. And this part was heavily inspired by Savant's I don't know I don't remember what it was called. It was in Outcast, Great Big Overhaul or whatever the hell. Say subs without the B. I have to do this first try. I have to do this.
I don't know about you big city folk, but down here in the South, we do things a little bit differently.
Alright, let's get to the next song. The Elite. I think this one was in the album, in my opinion, the worst one. Because, I kind of rushed it. And I had a lot more ideas for it to make it more polished and fun, but I just got lazy and used the MIDIs that I made and just shoved like a synth noise on it and called it a day. Which is a real shame because like the melody in here is a lot more complex than like other stuff. Like I sat down and like planned everything out and made it normal. Like, usually I wouldn't spend time like writing the melody by hand. I'd just do a solo and call it and do like chords and shit, but this is all like very Baroque era. There's not much to the song too, which is also what kind of makes it not very good. Like as you saw with Diamond, there was like a shitload of stuff I could talk about in it, but this one, it's as basic as it is complex. So it's. Well, I do like this one bit in here that I really like. It's like the kind of melodic fill that kind of keeps on building up higher and higher. I like that because it has like the proper momentum and it transitions into the next part of the song. But yeah, there's not much to it. This one, a lot of you guys like. I always start my songs in the middle of it, so this bass bit here. That's kind of where I started with the songs. Like that was like the first bit I worked on. So none of this back here existed. So if you listen to this, I think like I usually make my beginnings of the songs last, and like immediately after I like do the ending, they have to like, oh, I have to do the beginning now. This is kind of complex troy savanti justice. The chords here are inspired by what's it called? Planisphere by Justice from Audio Video Disco. Kind of like I think this bit was kind of inspired by like Overworld, like by Savant's like one. It takes into this bit here, which is like where I started, like as mentioned. That bass noise, it's probably one of the best noises I've ever made. By sort of accident. Like I was just messing around and I found this, like, oh shit. And it's where the fuck, where did I put it? Down here. 2016. Boop. And it's this one. And I'll look for like the bit that I use a shitload, which is, I think it's this bit here. No, it's not that. It's like a kind of noise. That's exactly it. Yeah. I think because this one it naturally just became a percussion noise or something, like the type of like more staccato noise that I use most of the time. So like the, and you see that in everything. Well, I have this entire big field of noise to work with, and I just stick with these 3 notes because they're the best sounding thing. Like they're the easiest, best sounding thing to think of making something with, but. I'll look for like a cool. There's this bit right here, I think. So what I did here, listen to this. Like da da da. It'd be like. in between it. So like it's a impossible chord progression, but I did like a lazy the lazy man's Jacob Collier, so it's not even like the cool ones that he does. Oh, funny that you mentioned that actually. That bird over there was actually tweeting in F minor half sharp diminished. How funny. And I think that's there's the chords in there that I did a method that I showed on Twitter where I figured out that making sure you avoid octaves, which is like you avoid that. So rather than going like I'll just move this up. Like this. It's good, but it's not as good. So you go. And it grows and it sounds better. And yeah, that's something I learned. It's called using your fingers and knowing how the piano works. Ya idiot. Dill pickle tater chips. Next song. Scorcher.
3, 2, 1.
This one was the loudest, and I think this was the first one of the album that I started. Well, I started it before it was an album, and it was just a free song that I later got rid of and shoved into this album and compiled a bunch of other random shit I had lying around and made something cool. That's kind of what I did for Egress too. I just had a bunch of random songs and I made a big thing. This one, I think I just made this one in like one sitting maybe, and I just seamlessly went through everything. I don't even think the song really has a traditional EDM structure, which is what makes me sort of proud of it. Like that's technically the drop right there, but and all the build-up was just sort of a transition rather than a build-up, because like a build-up like has like a whole kind of segment, a structural place, but that's embedded into the intro because I don't want to waste your time with a fucking build-up going boot, boot, boot. That's boring to me, and it's the worst thing to make. So I just got rid of it and just went. So rather than making it sort of waiting for a part, it's just idea after idea after idea. So I just keep building on it. So what I did for this one really was just I make an idea, then I add more flavor to that idea. And then once I've added enough ideas, enough stuff on top of the idea, I move on to the next one. Again and again. And then I'm finished and I'm on to the next one. It's probably the quietest part of the song. And this one is a bridge, but it's still a drop. Like the whole song is really just an entire drop. Therefore making it there's no drop in the song. I'm really proud of this bit because the bass is just so fluent and alive, but it's also controlled in a way so it's not like too alive, because like my neuro basses just have a mind of their own, but this one's like joining in and it's participating in the song. Plus, it like makes it really fucking intense too. It's sort of a build up because it's rising thing, but even like drops have this kind of risey thing to like build up kind of hype and excitement. This is the third remix or VIP I have done for the Body Victory vocals. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole song. It just repeats most bits, but let's go to the next one. Boing. This one, it's not good, but it's not bad either. It's charming, really. Like you listen to it and you go, oh. So I'll show you. Oh yeah, and the little is a Katamari sound effect. I'll look for it. Katamari, where the fuck are you? The fuck did I put it? Here it is. Yeah, this is it here. But there's like a bunch of them. Like there's this one, and like it's the king from the game speaking, and I put that in that one and another one which is going to come out as soon as I hit 1,000. I like this one and don't like it at the same time. I like it because it's fun, it's funky, but it's quiet and it's too empty. I should have put like something in the background, like I don't know, like a little noise. But I think we need a little bit of silence after especially after Scorcher, which was fucking constant noise. So this is like kind of like a palate cleanser. This bit because just usually like something that has to, my thought process is the song has to keep going and going and going, but I stop here and then I bring it back. And it feels much more like, I mean, like the breath of fresh air, and then bring it rather than going boom, it's just like like it's introducing something to you, which it does. It introduces like a melody so it can build on it and reconceptualize it, which is something as a music creator, if you ever are planning on being a music creator or already are, reconceptualize everything. Like you have make sure a melody comes back but in a different way than it did before. So if you have something like so if you all get, and then if you just change the chords and you do the same melody, it gives it a new thing. It's like, so it kind of gives it a new meaning.
it's a new meaning, but it's the same thing. And it's like, I think it's something we can identify with the same person, but different situation, different light, and different experience, and it can change the very meaning of who they are, but without really changing anything, but rather the environment they're in. So I guess the bass comes in and just introduces you to the melody, which is the bass for I didn't mean to make a trumpet noise, but I accidentally did, like my operator. You see what I mean? Like before, it's all like quiet and like laid back and silent, like. And then it gets all loud and like it has that kind of groove to it and it gets you moving. But yeah, let's go to the next song now because we have explained everything there. Clanker, Hard R. I didn't intend for this to be so, kind of faux samba-y-ish. It's not real samba, obviously. It's like, kind of like the fucking Americanized one, but that's not bossa nova. Was that I did. I don't remember what I used to make. I think I don't remember what I did. It must have been like an audio file or something, and I just added like a shitload of corpus to it. I think something what inspired me for this was I think it was Savant's Blanco project, his Buddy Badger type beat. And I like the kind of dark piano that imitates the kind of sound. Sega Genesis noise in there, but I think this bit was just I just came up with something on the spot and had to fill up the space and made something cool. It kind of set the whole tone of the song, really, just me fucking around and making this kind of da da da. Like I just do it here. Like that. And I love like there's this bit in here where the whistle goes. Something like that. And the bass later on joins in and keeps that pattern going. percussive, which kind of fits into my theory of every single instrument being a percussive instrument. Like with guitar and shit, you can just go like that, or with piano you go. Little ball sound. Ball? Oh, the bell. Ding! I think that was like some random church bell sample I found. It was supposed to be all creepy, but it's pitched down and kind of fucked with. So I pitch it back up and it sounds normal again, so it goes dang! And I think it just adds to the flavor. That's all I got for that one. Let's go to Lovin'. This one is completely different. Well, not completely different, but mostly different. Where I kind of take a note from Daft Punk and kind of hunted down some. I tried to find some semi-obscure disco songs by surfing through deep YouTube, and I found like 2 songs, and I used this one and made this out of it. Almost impossible to find the BPM for this because, songs back then were like a lot more organic, so they didn't really give a shit about staying perfectly on time. So I had to find I had to figure it out by hand and just and chop out the bits that had the most kind of in timeness and use that while it's having it sound still good. And then I chopped out bits and made it more fun. That's Lovin'. There's not much to it other than me rather than actually making an original melody or something. I just fucking steal something else. Well, Daft Punk's gotten away with it for fucking years, as well as like millions of other people. Hell, even like fucking lo-fi people, like vaporwave. Everyone's fucking doing it. And if I get in trouble for it, then that's just fucking hypocrisy. So I'm in the clear because I made something brand new out of it too. By doing like this, that's transformative, so it's in the clear. And if it's not, then fuck capitalism. This one's been energy. This one's been dormant for a long time. And the way I made the bass noise, which comes up immediately rather than me making an intro. The bass noise is at the time I had been playing and listening to the soundtrack of Doom a lot. Fucking real cool game. And I was looking at like how Mick Gordon made the basses, and he just got like a simple sine wave and just added a bunch of shit onto it, like physical, like fucking pedals and shit. I don't have pedals, so I just used plugins and shit and made something less interesting, but still fun. So yeah, it's just a sine wave with like a lot of shit on top of it, rather than being edited in the direct thing. Well, it's sine wave and noise. That's what was really done. And that's kind of like, I did that kind of because it was the most similar to the kind of mastermind energy pulse noise in the bloody boss fight. And like what I did here, it was tricky to continue off of it because it was like one of those songs where it'd be like a one-off, like that I usually post on like SoundCloud. But then I kind of thought about making it more fanfare-y, so I did this. And then there's a piling on the idea thing again here. Where I added embellishments to the melody for like bump, 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 and there's like bump, where it like transitions and walks towards there rather than just teleporting. This is the MIDI that I use to describe not using octaves and writing stuff by going. Because if you go like. If you think this is the note here, you go rather than going. Then it doesn't sound as like kind of jazzy and have this enough kind of soul and gospel noise to it, which is what I love in music. So I shoehorned that into here and tried to make it work by changing the transposition. And that's just, I think, all there is to it. Let's go to Stomper. If you remember my last year, I had a birthday mixtape. This was one of the songs in there that kind of got promoted to a full song. Sort of. I didn't really give it a proper intro, but this is good enough. You can tell it's an older one because of its clipping. Then I got like I go in the middle because I was too lazy to make anything kind of fitting, so I just made some chiptune. Trying to do here was recreate in fucking quotations a sound from not the sound like a bloody the VIP the work in progress of Pirate Bay by Savant, because like in the full one it's like, but in the work in progress one it's like, has like a more bass. It's more bassy and umphy rather than being more screechy and violent. Which, well, both versions are fucking fantastic. But yeah, that's all there is to Stomper. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the narrative of this. The narrative is... it's kind of explained in Factory Reset, which we'll get to later. The Elite, which is like an Elite 6, being Scorcher, Clanker, Stomper, Slicer, Brewster, and Crusher. And like these Elite 6 are supposed to be like the fucking best of the best to kill Engine. And Engine just defeats him in creative ways. And in Booster is the only one where you can actually hear the death. You know, it's more vivid, really, because the other ones are just songs, but this one's got like an actual, not an actual story, but like I planned it. So let's get to we're at Stomper. Let's go to Spider. This one's funny in a way. I think this is just like a classic Serum bass that I made. But yeah, it's a super duper gnarly fucking dubsteppy song. Sounds like it's a funky time signature, but it's not. It's just regular 4/4 that needs fucking syncopating. Look for the cool bit. This bit right here. This is probably one of the best chord progressions I've ever made, and I put it in the gnarliest dubstep thing in the world. And listen to this. And the guitar coming up now were all live played. So I've gotten to this point where, hey, you're not too late. I've gotten to this point where playing the bass on here, like, is less convenient, or programming it with, like, you know, MIDI and shit is less convenient, because if I play it live, I kind of go too crazy on it, because I'm supposed to go... But then I'll just do stuff like... And I'll add too much to it. But with the actual bass, not only does it kind of limit me and make me have to, like, play stuff more fun, or, like, more quiet, like... Because I'm not as fast on like a guitar-y type thing as I am on like a piano. So it limits me and makes me do more, kind of have more of a groove rather than go crazy. So yeah, playing real bass, and it also has like a much more better and kind of smoother and organic sound, and just fits with everything, really. Not everything, but most of enough to leave the sample at the very end so you can clip it and use it in your own song. I don't remember the key, so you figure it out. Gaia. I made this whole, not the entire song, but every single synth noise is made from this. It's made from, I'll look for a picture of it. Fucking get up. I'm looking for Roland Gaia SHO1. This thing here, I think I've shown it on stream, but yeah, this. It's only made using this synthesizer, which I own and I got from like a fucking thrift store. Let's show it off, the song. And these are all like presets too, because I couldn't be fucked making something. And in this bit, I kind of got bored, so I decided to do something different. It's one of the more boring ones in the album, but it was fun to experiment and try touching things for real rather than using electronics, even though that synthesizer is an electronic fake analog, so it's not real, but it's just a glorified VST really. And now this one is a song.
That's all, folks. I'm just kidding. It's not really finished. It's not finished. I'm joking. I really am.
This one kind of like a yo-ho piratey thing. These chords are another example of me just going all the way up with like but with like a bloody saw thing, and it makes it much more like thicker and like it's just beaming into directly into your ears. This song was originally going to be a collab with someone that someone recommended I collaborate with. They sort of accepted, but then just never really, they kind of ghosted me, so I've just made this myself. Yeah, who cares? I make fucking Geometry Dash music. Sort of the original Savant lead, because like what he uses is like that kind of pulse width kind of sound, and I use it too because it does. It's like it goes with everything, but I've tried to not use it too much, but I do use it every now and then. Before, when I did a collab, I proposed a collab to the guy. I had more complex and weirder chords, but they didn't really land well and they kind of fell flat and weird. So I made the most basic thing I could, so I did this. actual good part in this song. Alright. Wait, is this it? Is I think it's one of the first songs that are in different time signature in the album. So here it goes. It's in 5/4 now. Well, after this. I experimented with the 5/4. At first, at the start, it's kind of chaotic. Because like, it's too much going on, really. But the bit after it, I'm really proud of because it sounds coherent and like you understand it. So yeah, it's cool. It's not the last one with a funky time signature. This one is a taster for what's to come in Tour of the Universe. Real bass, of course. Not a real piano, of course. So yeah, it was like a test track to like see if I could make the bloody style of Tour of the Universe work. So like, I did like the guitar, the bass and stuff. Most of the piano was like live played. It was like, but yeah, it sort of worked. It's the singing needed a bit of work and like more attempts and tries and shit, which I'm doing now. I'm kind of refining it, making sure I get the pitch right. And now we're on to this one. This one I made in like one sitting in about like 2 hours, I think. It's got not much to it. I don't know how I got to 6 minutes, but yeah, it's a pretty generic one. Oh yeah, there's a woo in the background if you listen carefully. There's the Cali bass again. And it kind of goes over that routine over and over again, like classic complextro. But then it goes like this kind of rising thing, which I did in the same thing in Diamond. I'll look for Diamond and show that. Come on, open. So yeah, that's it there. And let's go back to On Your Mark. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole song. Let's go on to Booster. This one's the biggest one in the whole album. And this one I had the most fun with. And yeah, it's most fun I had. It's not the most diverse in sort of ideas, but it's fun, it's unique. It's a drum and bass song. So it's fast. I use Razor, which is a dubstep neuro synth that Savant uses to make his sounds, and it sounds chugging and good, and I liked it. Vocals into this one. I used what was it called? Vocal Synth by Isotope. It's a really good plugin. It's what I use if I can't get a kind of harmony or melody right, so I just kind of auto-tune it with this. But I've heavily processed it because I just want it to be more electronic and not kind of deter you from the song. Then there's this bit here where it's like hold on. That kind of feel where it's like, oh shit. There's a more real bass in there. Just some piano bits here that I played live. It's the same, it's not the same chords maybe, but it's the similar chords and inspired from the same as what's it called, Planisphere, but just done live. Just drags you back in, and it goes like it does this kind of chant thing again, but I'll get to the end of it. Oh shit, too far. In the context of like the narrative, this character is like obviously like a very fast character. Like, and I'm assuming the character would probably challenge Engine to a race. And Engine would try and get the character so worked up that they'd be too focused on just being a dickhead and going fast that they'd smash into a wall and fucking explode. So that's what happened here. Like, Engine just outsmarted this character and made him explode by running into a brick wall or something. Now let's go back to this one. This one's a remix. That bass little thing was inspired by Pink Floyd's what is it called? One of These Days by Pink Floyd, which is in Metal. Not Metal, but Metal. DD. Like, I think you know if you know Pink Floyd. The one of echoes in it. But yeah, One of These Days has this kind of basic, and it has this. I love the feeling of it, so I put it into here, and I want to use something more of that kind of the bloody delayed bass noise. It just has this really powerful feeling in it that I want to use more of. The original song was like a kind of lo-fi thing, and I even contributed to it as like a collaborator, because it was like a big group project that I was a part of, where I got to do this mean-ass fucking piano solo. I didn't include the original solo, but I just kind of played around with it and changed the pitch to a lower thing to give it more coldness, because it was like around like Christmas time, and the theme was like a kind of tiger, cold, by winter. So I went for that kind of freezing cold, which is why it's lower down, then just echoing and shivering. I think there's a note block noises, or there's music box noises are from Drawn to Life, which is a fucking childhood DS game. It's a fucking awesome soundtrack, so I just used the music box noises from there. The thing that's funny about this is that if you listen to the vocal, it sounds like saying stop, but the original vocal itself is saying go, which is really cool. There's more Katamari noises, like noise, that's there. I think I got it up here anyway. Yeah, that's it. But I just pitched it up. They make some good fucking noises in Katamari. Let's just get back to... That's pretty much all of it. But it was really fun to work on, and everyone really liked it. The original song too was really fun and sounded nice. And yeah, and like it was like a big challenge that we would used to do, where we like make a song within like a theme, or maybe do like a remix of a song. And we haven't done that anymore, so I decided to step up and do my own one. So there's a new one that we're doing, where the theme is summer, and I'll show you that one after we finish this, and it's a quick one too. It'll be on SoundCloud. It's already on SoundCloud, so you can have a listen to it now, but let's get back to it. This is Ringer. They will ring me out. It's from Ghost by Nelwood. It's like, ring me out and hang me up to dry. I don't believe him. It'll be like I'll play it for you. It's a little serenade. Because I've got a dry mouth. But yeah, so yeah, it's pretty normal song. I'm really proud of the melody and chords in this one, but I ruined it, and I can't change it back because I kept on ruining it even more, so I've just stuck with this one on a lead that was too out of tune because I kind of just got lazy and used the sound font instead of the VST. Yeah, you hear how off it is. I'm Jelly. Hi Jelly, I'm Dad. It's a shame that this. It kind of ruins the song, sadly. But then it gets like this kind of and it's shockingly good. It's like world shattering. Man, we got that pitch change in there. And it fucking ruins it again. But yeah, that's it. Hades. If you've heard the song Boss Fight After Party by Virtual Riot, this is just an Aldi brand version of it. So let's have a listen. There's a thing about the original Boss Fight After Party that I hated, is that the chiptune song had nothing to do with the actual bloody bass bit, and it just didn't connect well. So I made this one, which connects much better and has a more cleaner transition. It's just a sped up version of the Mario mushroom noise. I think I got the vocals from some reggae pack which had a bunch of savant noises, so it was pretty cool. This synth here is boom, 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 took up so much fucking CPU, which is why I hate Serum. I could barely even run this fucking synth. So I had to do lots of fucking nerfing to it so it just didn't sound as clean and clear, which pisses me off. which is why I hate Serum. It's too heavy. This bit I like here is how I kind of descend into this soft E piano kind of solo. Only to like just like I'm sitting in this fucking stasis of like silence from how much has been going on, but the song drags you back into it. Like, nah, you're coming fucking back. And shoves it down your fucking throat again, which is I like that. It just fucking forces you back into the song. Like, all right, just let me breathe, man. Nah, you're going back in. But yeah, you kind of get the idea. Let's go to the second to last one, technically the last one. This one was one of the few songs where I actually did start the intro. Well, I started with the intro and worked my way up. And this one is like heavily inspired by Never Say Die type music, like whatever they were releasing back in like 2016 to 18. I used to do it a lot, but now this is probably the very last ever rhythm song I'm ever gonna do. Well, this kind of really... I'm not doing that anymore because it's just... I'm not really into it anymore. Well, it's sort of like... if you notice, my music's being more melodic and fun rather than grunchy and angry. Because I'm just trying to enter more different horizons and shit, so... This is the very last. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. And now we're into the final song. Well, it's not really a song, it's a spoken word. In the background, there's like a... which is me, like, kind of really reverbed and pitched a lot.
Final member of the elite is knocked off their feet.
And it's just, and there's like the wind noises. Me reading it over and over again poorly, so like it kind of bounces everywhere.
Engine exhaustedly latched on. Engine knew of a force that would erase him and all he had done for the world. How it could send him to a world where Engine couldn't beat him, as he would not be. The Overlord's desperation twisted him consequences. The Overlord rushed in to initiate his plan, not wasting a second of time to activate, hovering in the air, slowly disintegrating Engine. Engine snatched the ancient power and smashed it.
You know what? Let's extract every single Easter egg. Well, not Easter egg, because it's pretty obvious, because I showcase it all in the official video, but we'll go to the very end of the song. Quotations on song.
Busted
Let's go to
power.
delete, reverse. Now let's have a listen. So right here is the first song I'm ever made as Engine, which was Gigabyte, and it sounds like shit now, but then there's Nature from Escape. This is Hands Up, the original one. That's Pandemonium. Wait, no, that's Evil. That's Evil. Finale. That's Corydon. Polybius. I think this one was Overpower. Comic Relief. I don't remember what this one was. Oh yeah, it's Space Pirate. I think you know what that one is. If you ever go on my channel a million times, that's my what's it called? I forgot. Justice. And then there's Overlord.
Everything.
Then there's Villain. Zombies. Justice Part 2. And Egress. And there's a secret message.
Everything.
Yeah, you can't really hear it, but it's saying that every single thing that ever existed in the universe had been destroyed and reduced to zero because Engine's a fucking idiot. But now the entire universe is reset, so I can do whatever the hell I want and start anew and make something much better and more interesting. So that's the plan now. And now that we're finished, we can move on to the final one before I go to bed, because it's like 1 and I have work tomorrow. SoundCloud, goddammit. This one right here. What happened here was this guy was trying to study chords and showed me something. He said he didn't like it, but I really liked it. So what I did was I got it, kind of rearranged some bits, and I made this. And like I sung over it at first, and like I kind of harmonized it myself because I'm trying to learn that. And he really liked it. I was like, oh yeah, there's more where that came from, buddy. And I did this. Oh yeah, the shakers in this is I still have it here. The shaker is like a rain stick and a bag of peanuts. I use a bag of peanuts. Yeah, like the little rain stick. I just got a rain stick and I pitched up from like the bottom to the top, and it made this really cool like kind of techno rewind thing. Real bass too.
Thank